to shine. Happy Friday to you and you. And thank all that's watching, baby. It's the room fill up. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to smash upon the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. Cowboys got 6 primetime games. Explanation. Come on. We're going to explain this. Bring it. We right here. And we ain't going anywhere. Yeah. It's the room fill up. Sharing is caring. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Hey. Ho. All right. All right. I want y'all to give me your record prediction. It's still too soon for me. I just want to know how you guys feel, by the way. I want to know how you guys thinking of this particular team. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in and being part of the nation. Y'all know how we rock. Y'all know how we go, baby. And on top of that, if you're on Facebook, shout out to you. I just want you to do one good thing for me. You know, tag someone. Sharing is caring, baby. Let me see if I can find it over here. Y'all bear with me. We build a plane while it's in the air, baby. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let the room fill up before we go into details. Come on. Come on. The draft is over with now, baby. We got rookie day today. They're going to be out there with pads and everything, so stay tuned to the channel, baby. All right, it's enough. That's enough. It's enough. We got enough people in here now. If you have not been here before, you already know. We about to get into it, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you. Here's the thing. I wouldn't worry about any of the guys that's on this team of being a situation whereas we are in trouble with this guy or we shouldn't be in any worries about players on this team now about will they hold out for more and more money. Why? Because according to the DallasCowboys.com, we signed all of our drafted guys. So there's no issue with money right about now. So that's good. They give us enough information to head into this mini camp or what have you, a rookies mini camp to get things going. Appreciate you, Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. He donated to say the Cowboys. That's my sound effect. Cowboys record will be 15-2 DC for life. 15-2 DC for life. I see you. And that could be flat out the truth right there. I wouldn't be mad at that one at all. You know how that goes, y'all. I definitely would not be mad at it. I ain't mad at it, baby. I ain't mad at it at all, baby.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
All right, so this is the reality, Cowboy Nation. When we get these type of schedules, there will be some that will say, "Law, why the Cowboys are always visible? Why the Cowboys? Why everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, talking about the Cowboys?" They know the NFL is smart. They are wise. They know what butter the bread over there. And it's the Cowboys. We carry the league. Last year, I think 5 or 6 games last year, the Cowboys had the highest ratings, right? And I believe the only reason why another team had was up there, I think it was the Bills or someone, because they played on Thanksgiving. But neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys, regardless of how you look at it, with the 6 primetime games for your mind. Appreciate my guy. He actually labeled them for us. Shout out to the Five Talk Cowboy. The first primetime game, Giants. The second primetime game, the Niners. The third primetime game, Chargers. Hey, there's a storyline out of it all. We know you got to pop off the NFL with the Giants, right? With that primetime game, you got to put that on primetime, right? And then on top of that, you if you really pay attention to it, the Niners, we looking for revenge out of that situation and scenario. The Chargers, the storyline with that, it's going to be the boy wonder. Is he really wonderful, right? Is he really that smart genius, right? The boy wonder versus Dan Quinn defense, right? Now, if you the boy wonder, you can sit back and say, well, I did craft up a game plan against Dan Quinn's defense back in 2020, right? And that was a game that Dak Prescott shredded the Atlanta Falcons. But that's the story of another day, right? But then you can go down to the Seahawks. I don't know why that one's prime, but that is prime. Shout out to the Seahawks. Maybe you can paint a story by Geno, right? And then you got the Eagles, back-to-back primetime games. You see how that goes? We have 2 on this schedule. Technically, if you really want to get technical with this schedule, you can literally say that the Thanksgiving game is technically a primetime game. You can literally say that the Cowboys got 7 primetime games, if you really think about it. And we got 3 primetime games in a row. The Thanksgiving game, the Seattle Seahawks game, and then the Eagles game. That's 3 of them in a row. And then, of course, we go on a little bye here with the primetime games, and then they bring it back for the Lions game. I think they missed out on an opportunity with the Bills of not making that one a primetime game. But they made it the Lions. And for some reason, the Detroit Lions are getting a lot of good pub so far. The Detroit Lions, they trying to make them the favors of somewhere out there. They are trying to pump up the Detroit Lions. And they try to make it easy. Where you at, Eagles fan? They try to make it easy for you. Even the Eagles. The opening for the Eagles should have been, do the Eagles play the Kansas City Chiefs this year? Y'all let me know on the schedule. Do they play what do the Eagles schedule? I forgot what y'all schedule is. But I can tell you that they should have had somewhere out there that those boys should have had a worthy opponent week 1. But that's the story of another day. Yeah, just indeed, they just don't qualify the actual this game as a primetime slot. They don't give it a primetime, but although it is going to be primetime. Every game that we play is pretty much primetime, believe it or not, like Ripley's. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin watching, Yeah, yes. Dwight Davis says, yes, the Eagles play the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, why in the hell that's not week 1 game? That should be week 1. I don't think of another storyline better than running that back for week 1. That's crazy. That is flat out crazy. Whoever the schedule makers are, that's crazy. You should have had the Eagles week 1 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But they're gonna have to play them. It is what it is. But you can see how what they done did with the Cowboys once again, and I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. Our first 5 games are all considered defensive teams. Our first 5 games, let me repeat for the person way in the back, are all considered defensive teams. And I get it, right? Somebody going to look at the cards and say, nah, they ain't known for their defense, but they have been known for their defense. And it could be probably the weaker part of the defensive situation. One can argue that the Chargers defense is up there. They have made some pieces in the past few years to elevate their defense, but they are pretty much more known for their offense. But the Giants, they elevated their defense. Their defense were better than what it was last season, right? And they were a run-first team. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, right? And the running quarterback that they got over there, Danny Dimes, right? And then you look at the Jets. Their calling card last year was defense, and now they got a veteran quarterback that can help them out down the stretch. And then if you want to just skip over the cards and say, nah, Law, they not that good on defense, but their defense been solid, all right? And then you think about the Patriots. You already know Bill Belichick, he's always in his bag with defense. And then you look at the Niners. Now, this is not a scare cry, but I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know that that's what they are known for. All right, so back to this right here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just want to be able to play this audio. Let me know if you guys can hear.
You just never know what's going to happen. The game is going to come down to they're a good football team. And I think that the reason why they got 6 primetime games is they're unbelievable theater. You just never know what's going to happen. The game is going to come down to the final second, the final play, the final drive. And for the Dallas Cowboys, it's been great theater because crazy stuff has happened. I feel like you go back and you look at for the Dallas Cowboys in the playoff exits, we've been talking about the loss of the 49ers and Zeke playing center.
Shout out to you, Blue Virus.
Quarterback draw where they ran out of time. Like the end of games with the Dallas Cowboys, there's just such an unknown factor. So, look, primetime, absolutely. They're an electric team. They're a polarizing team. But I think primetime is going to be good for that guy right there, Dak Prescott. He's a guy that I feel like is easy to root for. When you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, there's a lot of pressure. Like, if you don't win the Lombardi Trophy, they're hating on you.
They haven't won it in almost 30 years, Sean.
I know.
But there's still this many primetime. They're better theater than the Eagles. Like, theater, I hear you, but they have more than a lot of really good teams.
They've got a lot of stars, and I think that's huge. Like the Micah Parsons factor was huge, him bursting on the scene. No doubt about it. It'll be interesting to see offensively who becomes the star with Zeke out there with Tony Pollard kind of looking good. This is a huge.
Here's the thing, though. And hearing that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trying to close in on Ezekiel Elliott. So by Zeke being gone now, someone else got to stand tall. Someone else got to, elevate themselves. And I'm quite sure that this team will figure that part out. Shout out to Tony Pollard. Shout out to as well as a bigger role for Rojo, Malik Davis. Somebody got to stand tall. Deuce Vaughn, right? We went over and over and over again with film and analysis. And I see every time people, we post about Deuce Vaughn, there will be someone that say, hey, he's short though, Law. He's short. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller, type of short, But when you look and you comb through, and some people been throwing tomatoes at me on the Facebook side, the video blowing up over there, over close to 100,000 views on the Deuce Vaughn film. And they say, hey, I can't stand people like you, Law. You're always hyping up the team. That dude, he's going to be trash. Like, how dare you say that about that man, right? How dare you say that? Because the only knock on the man is that he's 5'5" or 5'6", right? Right? But everybody love to put players and people in boxes, right? And they like to trash them. What a third of the people want us to say about the running backs, Kool-Aid or not, shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports. I'm not putting any jabs at him. But what I'm saying, what a third of some Cowboy fans want us to say is to say, hey, he ain't it, Law. He's going to be trash, man. He's not going to be the guy that can stand inside the gap to block for you, or he can't catch out of the backfield on this level, right? But in the same breath, everybody else that was drafted ahead of him could be that guy, right? No. Let these guys earn their own pace. Let them earn their own race. But as a fan, be on the side of saying that, hey, this guy can be this X, Y, and Z. But don't be as a fan to say, hey, this guy is going to be trash. He's going to be gum on the bottom of the feet. Don't be doing that, Thou shall decree a thing, and it shall be established. Let's speak life into this team, right? And even though you may have a son or a daughter that want to be a singer and they are cracking on their notes, or they can't hit the right, they can't hit the right tone, right? But there are things that you can do. You can start saying, okay, we can put you in singing class. We can give you an insight to learning your music. You may not can be a singer, but you can be a writer, right? And then once you build up your courage from there, then you may start singing in the background. And maybe you're not a solo artist, right? Maybe you can be a part of a quartet. There are other things that you can work around. But what people tend to do here is that they want everybody to sound like Luther. There's nothing wrong with being in the group. And when we look at these draft picks, you got to stop looking at them like isolated situations. Look at them like, hey, Deuce Vaughn now is going to be a part of the Cowboys with Tony Pollard, right? Or even Rojo. He's going to be a part of the team with the Cowboys, not independently by himself. But he liked to fumble. Okay, yeah, you hear that. But how many fumbles did he lost in his career? Oh, man, he fumbles a lot. And then when I say, well, how many years he been playing? It's been over 5 years? What if I told you that he only lost 4 fumbles? So is that really an issue? Right? So, but what people do, they hear what one person say. Don't dive into the tape. Don't look at what happened in the situation and scenario. And then they put that label on that said player. Oh, he's a fumbler. But they didn't do their own homework, right? They can't point out, okay, this game, he had 5 fumbles. No, he only had 4 in his whole entire career. I digress. Let's listen to more of what these guys had to say about the Cowboys and beyond. Sean says he's putting Deuce out there. Yeah, put him out there. And if he fall, at least he's going to fall still fighting, right? He got body control. He's low center of gravity to the earth. Low man wins, right? And then you can't hit what you can't say. It could be a blessing in disguise for him being 5'5" or 5'6". Could be a blessing in disguise. It could literally just be that. You're looking for something big, and something small can knock you out. Hey, as much as people marvel at what Floyd Mayweather's not a big dude, but pound for pound when he was boxing, he never lost. I don't think that someone never even cut him or gashed him. But can you imagine if Floyd Mayweather listened to the people, right? And he would have said, man, you know what? I'm too small to play this sport. I'm too small to be in this arena. Oh, man, I'm not gifted with being 6'3", 215 or 280, right? To be in the heavyweight class, right? But pound for pound, I'm the best at what I do. And the same could be said for Tank Davis, right? God dog, man. That's booger size, this size, right? 5'5", 135 pounds, 140, whatever it is. That's booger this size, right? But ain't a soul in here will go out here and say, hey, man, you can't fight. I'll fight you, And the moment you try to do it, he sneak you. But what people would do is that they would see this young kid, right? And say, man, you're too small to fight. You're not big enough. And then you'll never know how words will start being into your mind and your psyche. And then all of a sudden you say, yeah, I'm too small. There's people right now, believe it or not, that's watching this chat or watching this, the people in the chat watching this video, that's better than Floyd Mayweather. That's better than Tank Davis. That can probably, booger size, laugh a lot. There's probably people right now that's better than Shaquille O'Neal, better than Shaq, better than Kobe, better than Jordan. But what changed them from doing the things that they done did, like the people that I just mentioned, was probably their mom, their dad, or their cousin, the uncle talking about, man, you can't shoot, man. I mean, you keep missing those shots, man. You too short, man. Muggsy Bogues made it to the league, right? Spud Webb, you know what I'm saying? Jump out of the building. I think it was his name, right? But if you listen to and there's 9 times out of 10, it'll be your family members. It be the ones that's closer to you that will pull you down. Cowboys can't win another Super Bowl. You know, Cowboys ain't gonna do nothing. Oh my goodness, man. You know the Cowboys are trash. And they got the silver and blue on. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, you know. That's just how it was, you know. But can you imagine if you looked into it and said, you know what? I'm going to work with you. I've seen a song by Rihanna. When she first started, she was on the stage cracking. Voice was all rattly. But somebody said, you know what? I can work with that. Someone said, you know, I can elevate that. That girl's a billionaire now, right? Beyonce, you know, her father saw something in her. But have you ever heard Beyonce read, you know? And Beehive, don't come after me, you know? But Beyonce, we were sitting there like, hey, she reading like Hooked on Fun. But Beyonce, you know, billionaire, you know. Let me change subject right quick. I was just lying, y'all. I just lied, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, man, Illuminati all over my body. Don't come after me, man, you know? But it took somebody to see something within her. She probably wasn't the best singer out of the group. One can argue it was Kelly Rowland, you know. And then after Kelly Rowland, it was Michelle. But Beyonce kept going. Let me leave Beyonce alone. Hey, Jay-Z, man, I'm just playing, man, you know.
FBI, open up!
Deal. This is a big deal because the announcement that was made yesterday, Taylor Sheridan, the creator of Yellowstone, is in the Cowboys schedule release video. And what we found out is that he's developing a limited series, 6 episodes, these primetime games, the star of it, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. This has nothing to do with Dak and Tony Pollard and Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore. Forget about those guys. They're on primetime 6 times because we're going back to 1993, and that's why we're all going to be talking about the Cowboys. This isn't the 2023. So, yes, it's a huge deal because we found out that it's all about the old school Cowboys that we always talk about.
Shout out to you, Stephen Poe. Appreciate you. Let's go, Cowboys. Deuce and Mozzie. Let's go.
About the current people. Yes. There's a limited series going back to the 93 season with those stars. You said a lot of stars, not just on the helmet. It's the stars of the past for the Cowboys. That's why they're on primetime 6 times and we're still talking about it.
That's good. Man, you must be out your mind to think that the reason why the Cowboys on primetime 6 times because of Emmett, because of Troy Aikman. Nobody gives a hill of a beans of what they did in the past as it relates to getting those viewerships now. People are not turning on the TV week 1 to say, hey, man, we're going to get all of these millions of views because Troy Aikman is announcing the game. No. Law, do you have any factual information and evidence about that? Yeah. 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, we still had prime time. Oh, hey, excuse me. We get finally Big Bill Parcells to come here, right? And you still short arm him with the talent left on the team, right? Because you didn't give him the full opportunity to do everything, right? Even he had to speak out and say, hey man, if you're going to buy the meal, can I at least, pick out the groceries or something like that around that way, right? And on top of that, look at all of these years we had Jason Garrett. People still watch the game. People still, believe it or not, had the same expectation. Super Bowl or bust. And yes, it's been 27 years. But there are teams out there with longer droughts than us that nobody utters a word about it, right? I digress. We got to take care of those New York boys week 1 and 2. Yeah, that's the media powerhouse play. All of the major media and networks are located in the East Coast. This is by far East versus West right now. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Because you already can hear the people keying and smiling. Oh, my goodness, man. I didn't know there was that many Jets fans up out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got Aaron Rodgers, man. Oh, he's going to walk on the water. Yay. We're back. We're back, baby. You know. I mean, come on. and they are ready. They are so ready to elevate Danny Dimes. Oh, my goodness. I mean, good grief. What he had? 15 touchdowns last year, right? 15 touchdowns. Oh, I never seen a guy this athletic like Danny. And now he got a best system. He's better than Josh Allen. Oh, he's already better than Dak Prescott. Oh, yeah. Oh. That's how they sound over there, too. Nobody got deep bass voice in New York. You know what I'm saying? No offense to the New Yorkers. But that's how they do. Danny Dimes and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. That's how they sound every single clip that you hear. And I'm waiting because they better bring it, too. Oh, they better bring it, too.
I've been talking to my therapist about this topic, and my therapist says I should say it's no big deal. I've calmed down. Thank you. Progress.
Goose
We're working through
mental health awareness.
You just have to take it for what it is, and I've accepted it. Of course, they're in prime time a bunch. They're the Cowboys. That is what they do. That is what we do with them. And they're really good. They won a playoff game last year. They should have several primetime games. But it's just like, I think the 10th Fast and the Furious movie is coming out this year. It's fine. It's just don't roll your eyes at it. Just accept it. It is what it is. When you go to Times Square, these massive signs and neon and it's M&Ms and cup of noodles. It's just, that's what the Cowboys are. It's big, bright neon lights. You can say, oh, this is tacky. This isn't right. You got to embrace it, okay? I could sit here and pound the table. Woosah, exactly. I'm not going to do it. Cowboys, go ahead. You're a very good team last year. I hope you get over the hump this year, and we'll see you many, many, many times in prime time, inexplicably more than the Eagles, but I'm not going to go down that thing. You just accept it for what it is. The Cowboys, like Dom Toretto says, family. Yes, Jamie, what do you think?
Big deal. It's a huge deal. I mean, anything that demands Kyle Brandt to look within himself and talk to his therapist
Very expensive.
about the rage that bubbleth up within him, and that we now have the gift that is being given to us at 7:19 a.m. on May 12th, that come November, when Kyle Brandt comes down from his Cowboys rage, or he has a rage blackout on live television talking about how how in this godforsaken football media universe we are still talking about the Cowboys. They're the same. They haven't done this since 1993.
You're not being a good influence on me. You're supposed to be helping me.
Anything. It's a huge deal, okay? Because exposure therapy is a real thing, and you must sit there like in that
Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
Have
with
the eyes pried open.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Yes, indeed, Jay Worthy. He said, prepare for glory. And I would say that. You know what's worse is a backhand compliment, right? Like, you was good, but the Cowboys are a great team, but and no one else is hit with the scrutiny, right? And I guess to each his own, to be hit up with the scrutiny of you good. But can you win a Super Bowl? You great, but can you, win 2 Super Bowls? And I guess heavy is the crown. But none of us walk around with that bravado, right? I don't think that there's one Cowboy player that walk around with his chest out and say, these are the things we've done in the last 2 seasons, right? 12-5, 12-5. None of them. The closest thing that you can get out of it a little bit is Parsons. And they are about, look, and don't y'all turn on Parsons. Don't y'all do it. Because I know that some of y'all would turn on him quicker than, faster than a New York minute? Or was it a New York second, right? Y'all would turn on him the moment the money started being explained, right? Hey, we got this pie and we got to slice it a certain type of way. Don't y'all do him like that. I said there's a video of me saying the exact same thing for even Michael Gallup, right? Don't y'all turn on the young man, but that's how I guess that's how this thing rocks right now, But I'm going to tell y'all right now, the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are talked about with the 6 primetime games, actually 7 when you really think about it. Envy. It's jealousy. They complain, but watch. Chris 214, he says they complain, but we'll watch all 60 minutes every time, every game. Yes, indeed, they will complain about it, right? They will sully it and they will denigrate it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, so let me listen to this right here. This was from the Paper Podcast. They was talking about it, and then we'll open up our phone lines and I get your thoughts of everything. Let's go.
Wait, Brandon. This is not, I hear what you're saying, but this is not the point.
Okay, talk to me.
Strength of schedule is supposed to be based on last season.
True.
I'm not asking for the Cowboys to get a cakewalk. I simply want to know how the hell the reigning Super Bowl champions have a middle of the pack schedule, but I got to deal with top 3 toughest. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I feel like the schedule makers don't like the Cowboys. I'm going to put it out there because y'all are consistently setting us up to fail. And once is an accident, twice maybe is an accident, but this is too coincidental. I feel like the script is written against us. The jig is up. I'm on to you guys, and it's bull. It doesn't make any sense. How does that make sense?
Woo! And the truth shall set you free. Come on, give me my theme music.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. Hey, ho. Woo. If y'all haven't done it by now, please go follow this young lady. Her name is Ashley, Moss. And we probably have to reach out to her to have her on the show to talk about this too. Because the schedule makers, how in the world you explain how you done laid it out for the Eagles, but you said, all right, cool. And I'm not saying, because you still had to play your opponents, but it's how you piece things together and how you put them on said chart. And I love it because I thought I was the only one that was seeing this. Oh, I thought I was the only one that was witnessing this. You know what I'm saying? God dog. Because here's the thing. Here's my thoughts of it. And take you can take my word as a grain of salt. But it always appears to me that they try to crap these things together. Now, granted, I tried to apply the pressure. We pushing P over here. I tried to apply the pressure as much as possible and said, everybody, hey, remember, we got those 3 games in 12 days. 3 games in 12 days. So now it's more like, okay, now they gave us a slew of home games, right? And I look at it now, it's 3 games, I believe, in like 15 days. So they helped us out just a little bit. And the month of November is already always crucial. But, man, she was on point with it. Let's listen to more of the young lady. Let's listen.
Are the Eagles here
Well,
who lost the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs who won the Super Bowl are all the way down here? What are the guidelines for that? Somebody please explain that to me.
But why don't y'all have the mindset? This is why I say y'all already losing. Why can't you have the mindset and say, you know what? I don't care about the schedule.
I do care about the schedule.
I don't care about the schedule. It don't matter who y'all put in front of us.
No.
We're going to run through them.
It's not even about that. I want to know what the logic behind it is. How does that make any sense? The Eagles are here, lost the Super Bowl, which I understand. They were in the biggest game of the year. They reached the mountaintop, if you will, almost the mountaintop. They're here. The Chiefs freaking hoisted the Lombardi, and they're here. And the Cowboys.
But because you also got to look at it. Because think about it.
I'm not buying.
Like, think about
she ain't buying it, man. She ain't buying it, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Yes, today she is not buying it, and I don't blame her at all, Cowboy Nation. Because here's the tropes of it, Cowboy Nation. We can see through the BS. Oh my goodness, we can see through the BS. And it don't matter how much lipstick you can put on it. You can't make that particular pig pretty. No, you can put pearls, diamonds, rubies. You can put all of that on that. And you can't make that pretty. And the NFL, they know what they're doing. And they say, oh, let's make up a very sensational storyline. Because last year, boy, shout out to Cooper Rush. Shout out to the Cowboys organization and franchise for keeping us afloat. I got to say that. But last year, we were left for dead. Come on, man. They said, all right, we'll give the Cowboys, let's say, Tampa Bay. And then they follow it up. Oh, let's give them Cincinnati. Let's give them the Rams. Oh, boy, they try to put us through that buzzsaw. Woo-hoo-hoo. And that's also the power of also having a legitimate head coach like Mike McCarthy. Ain't no way in the world Jason Garrett team would have been able to win 12 games. Yeah, who remember the Jason Garrett years? I hate to pull this back on y'all, but it was the seesaw. It was never back to back. You know what I'm saying? If it was back to back, it was 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. But it was win a year, lose a year, win a year, lose a year. It was literally this. We didn't have back to backs, baby. I'm switching my body from side to side, right? It was win year, lose year. And we got used to it. We started saying that, hey, regardless of what happened, we will make our adjustments, but it's a whole year later, right? But regardless of what happened, we start saying, man, if it's even years, we going to be good. We start to rationalize with it. All right, 2012, okay, we had a possibility of making it to the playoff. Oh, 13, bad year. 2014, good year, right? Oh, 2015, something is bound to happen, right? We can see it, we can feel it, right? What happened in 15? And then we already knew, regardless of what happened, 2016 was going to be a good year, baby. 2017, hey, man, something is bound to happen. Bad year. 2018, hey, what's going on? It's supposed to be our good year. Supposed to be our good year. And then we went to the playoffs, right? Somehow the universe opened up for the Jason Garrett situation, right? But lo and behold, that old curse is gone, And then, of course, in 2019, we was like, hey, man, something bound to happen, man. Jason Garrett is an odd year, man. That dude don't do good in odd years, He got fired. But they held on to him so long, we thought that he was going to stay, right? And they was going to use us and say, hey, man, they brought in Marvin Lewis, but they were playing with our hearts, right? Jason Garrett or Marvin Lewis. We was like, hey, man, might as well keep Jason Garrett at that point. Both of those guys, 8-8, 8-8 guys, right? And then 2020 came around. We was like, all right, well, we got a new coach, new situation, right? And then the bad year came. We was like, we was thrown off. Like, man, normally 2021, 2022. Back-to-back 12 and 5s, Let's listen to more.
The script. It's a script.
The Eagles, who are they playing against? The Giants got better.
It's the division, you guys.
It's division. It's division. That's
really
all it is.
If we're being honest,
right? Like anybody could be anybody in that division.
Because who's at 6 and 7 in toughest strength to schedule are the Jets and the Bills, right? So we talk about how good the AFC East is going to be this year. We talk about how good the NFC East is. All of those teams make up the top 7 toughest schedules, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what it comes down to, really. The Chiefs, their division, who do they have in their division?
And also, it rotates.
Give me Roger Goodell's number.
I haven't played.
I know you have it in your phone.
I got it.
Call him on the phone right now. I want to talk to him.
Listen to the ladies.
More non-conference.
I'm not. Call him on the phone right now. I want to talk to him.
Non-conference games, that's it. Yeah.
Listen, but no, so here's what happens is, right, like, it's not like, oh, you won a Super Bowl and you should have the toughest schedule. It's not like that. It's, hey, your non-conference and non-division, your
get it right, man.
I forgot so much football. Your non-conference matchups rotate, right? So the Chiefs, whether they won the Super Bowl or not, they were going to play those divisions regardless.
Man, Man, come on, man. Hey, my guy Jay Worthy said you can hear the New York from her voice. You can get them on the phone right now. Yeah, you can hear it a little bit in there. Yeah. All right, so basically, you still have a choice on how you arrange those games, though. Regardless of who you play, you can always arrange when. That's the nature. Win. And normally, when you are a team that maybe have new offensive philosophy, coordinations, it takes a minute before your team can get on the same page offensively, right? Normally, that's the situation. Defense, just like they say defense travel. Want to know why defense travel? Because defenses pretty much are reactive. They are not out there to be proactive. They react to what you're doing. And long as you have your principles put in place, defense tends to travel because they can block out the noise. They can block out all of the interference. Offenses tend to take time to get together. It takes the front five, the offensive line. I remember it's the year that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Just last year. It took a hot second for their new offensive line to get together. Every guy, front five, all five guys must be on the same page. But the Chiefs didn't start off hot last year. It took them a minute to get all together. And that's how it goes. So your offense at times do take it may have a slow start. It may sputter. But when you get it together, everything goes. The only problem that I see with the Cowboys is you got the impatient syndrome going. Because everybody going to want 40 points out the gate. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys can or can't do it, but this collectively is what people be looking for. They want 40 points. They want 50 points. They going to want everybody. They don't want your quarterback throwing 2 interceptions. Put it like this. I believe there's a stat line for even Pat Mahomes. No one threw more fourth quarter interceptions than Pat Mahomes last year. No one threw more fourth quarter interceptions than Pat Mahomes last year. Let me repeat. No one threw more fourth quarter interceptions than Pat Mahomes last year. But they had an offensive coordinator to know how to really rev that back a little bit and say, okay, we're going to utilize this situation. They learn from their mistakes. I feel you, man. Lakers in 6, Terrell. My guy Glenn Caper says the NFL always has special rules for the Cowboys, and it cut off on my end. So let me, Roy Williams, horse collar. Let me see if I can fix this up. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. We're going to have to fix it up. Let's play this while this is being fixed up, and I appreciate you, man.
So that's how this shapes out. It has nothing to do with. Did you follow me there?
Yeah, I did. 100%. I followed you. I hear you. I want you to still call Roger Goodell.
All right, here it is right here. Glenn Caper says the NFL always has special rules for the Cowboys and players. Number 1, Emmett helmet rule. Yeah, when he took his helmet off. Yeah, they stopped doing that. They said they didn't want any, self-representation, right? Roy Williams horse collar rule. Yeah, there's no catch rule. Yeah, sick of this. Yeah, that is how it goes, man. Unfortunately, but we built for this, right?
Well, let's look at some of the matchups we do know of, though. We got a nice little graphic for you guys with some of the marquee matchups, again, that we know of at this moment in time. We got the Dolphins and Chiefs. They're playing in London, Week 9. Dolphins versus Jets, Week 12. That's the Black Friday game that will air, I believe, on Amazon Prime. And then you got Giants versus Eagles. That's Christmas Day. And then you got Bengals versus Chiefs, New Year's Eve. And we also just learned that
another great graphic.
Yeah.
Giants versus Eagles, Christmas. Gag.
We also learned we got a Week 1 matchup, Bills at Jets. That should be a good one, too, September 11th. That's going to be the first Monday night football.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, the first Monday night football matchup. So
season opener?
Yep. Well, season opener.
No, what's the season opener this year?
That's their
season. The Lions and Chiefs is the season opener. Lions and Chiefs. Lions at Chiefs.
The Detroit Lions?
The Detroit Lions, yes. They're a promising team.
Clip this.
No, hold on. If she come up with the same conclusion I came up with, boy, we gonna definitely have to reach out to her. Let's hear what she had to say, man. Cause come on, man, come on. It's my first time listening to this, so let's listen to what they gonna have to say.
The Detroit Lions and the Chiefs are the season opener.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean that's what I've been.
Can we fact check that?
Yeah, we might have to check.
Yeah, it is.
On the website?
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Yeah. Look,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
for having that schedule like that. Let's listen to what they have to say. Let's listen.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm with Ashley here, yo.
That's what it's telling me. That's
What?
the internet is telling me. Yeah.
Who?
But we got a good Monday Night Football matchup. Bills Jets. That's cool, right?
No,
That's the real opener,
Let's
right?
dial back for a
I know,
second.
but it's after the entire weekend.
Who made that call?
Roger, you need to call Roger.
Why wouldn't we get a
Roger, add that
rematch
to
of
the combo.
Eagles Chiefs to open the season? How the hell did the Lions get in there?
My point exactly. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up, y'all. Who's the schedule maker? Who is the schedule maker out there? How in the world how can you explain not to have that? Come on. Let's listen to more. Come on. Let's listen to more. Come on. I gotta hear their reaction on this one.
Why would you go Eagles Chief?
Why wouldn't you do a rematch of the Super Bowl to start the season?
Come
That
on.
would be cool. We do have that matchup somewhere in the season. We don't know of the date yet, but yeah.
Her face just like mine right now.
Yeah, Lions and Chiefs to start it off with.
Of all the teams in the NFL, you picked the Detroit Lions to start the season off? That's like
Man. My goodness right there, y'all. Come on now. Come on. I can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone that's listening. Look, who did this? Who did this? Man, my goodness, boy. I can already tell y'all right now. I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. All right, man. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions of it. They're going to have a thought of having the Lions open up to the Chiefs. Come on, man. Low key, to be real, they giving the Chiefs an easy out after winning the Super Bowl. Come on. Hit that hotline up for your mind, baby. 657-390-7391. Come on. Hey. Let's get it. Let me pull this up right quick. Bear with me. Here we go. Boom. This is our schedule right here. Wrong one. Hold on. Boom. Here's our schedule right here. Let me get the other one off. Keep it simple, baby. Happy Friday to you and you. Come on.
There are 4 participants in the conference.
Ball with
Please announce yourself.
Down to put it on the line when lose a draw with me. Those my brothers, different mothers, part of power with me. Got the body to my class.
657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. I got some callers here, baby. J. Worthy for the 267, dog. You live, fam.
My God, Lord. What's up, man? What's up, Cowboys Nation? How you feel, bro?
I mean, I'm feeling good, man. I'm hyped about this year, man. I'm hyped about the schedule too, man. Regardless, man, they all gonna get these fights, these hands, man. You already know I ain't running away from nothing now. You know, I ain't running away from nothing. You know.
Exactly. Look, man, you know, I'm always fighting here in Philly, so my hands is always moving. Got to keep them strong, though.
Yeah, got to keep them strong.
Yeah, you know, they hype down here because of Micah Parsons coming to one of the Sixers games.
Yeah.
You know, they want to claim the fact that he want to come play in Philly so bad, man. Listen, I'm hearing it all the time down
all
here.
the time.
But I'm glad you trumped that. Mark Holmes trumped that. You know, his father trumped that. So, you know, they can go watch the tape.
Oh yeah, man. And it was funny when no one brought up the fact that when he was doing it, you know what I'm saying? You know, when AI was wearing all of the Dallas Cowboys gear, when Jay-Z, before the NFL started talking about other stuff, when he had the Cowboys gear on, you know, Tupac climbing out of the grave with the Cowboys gear on, you know, come on, man.
Exactly. Success breeds envy. So you know how it is. But that was an excellent segue with Ashley Moss, because I'm telling you, a month ago when I was seeing the schedule, you know, before they got the final schedules out, when I was looking at the Eagles schedule, I said, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How did they give all the Eagles, all the former playoff teams from last year, they gave home games to the Eagles? It's like they want to set them up. I said, except for the Chiefs, I give them that, except for the Chiefs, and I think, who else was it? I think it was the Seattle Seahawks, but they are a much inferior team than them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But when I was looking at it, I said, all the playoff teams, all the good teams, the Eagles have as home games. And if you look at our schedule, mostly all the playoff teams, for the majority of it, they're all away games.
Yeah. So by them starting off, and this is my first time looking at their schedule, by the way. Patriots, Vikings, Bucks, Commanders, Rams. They should be 5-0, man. Patriots, Vikings, Bucks, Commanders, Rams. Their toughest schedule probably be the Commanders, because that's common opponent.
Exactly. But the Vikings, they blew out. The Patriots, you know, inferior team.
Yeah.
And I was just, it was mind blowing, because when you played that's why I put it in the chat. I was thinking exactly like Ashley's. Like, are you kidding me? Who's designing? Who's the schedule makers? The ones that's keeping Woody out of the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever. Look, and there's no shot at them. There's no shot at them. And you know that's not a terrible schedule when you think about it for their fan base. You know, their fan base is gonna be like, look, shoot, you know, they should be happy about receiving that type of schedule. You know, if I'm a Eagles fan, I'll be like, yeah, man, shoot, you know, because what you want to do in football is to establish a rhythm. You want to be able to get into rhythm, and you want to be able to put out your philosophy. So what's a good way to do that? A good way would be, okay, you know, let's start off with at least a schedule that can get my offense going, because we got a new offensive coordinator, and on top of that schedule to get my good defense going, because we got a new defensive coordinator. So this is the Eagles schedule. So yeah, I mean, this schedule right here is powdery puffy. You know what I'm saying? If I was an Eagles fan, you're I hate to say this, y'all, but you don't play nobody real until week 9.
Exactly.
You don't play nobody real until week 9.
Exactly, Law. That's what I'm talking about. That's the rhythm they're going to gain, and they're going to, you know, they're going to have that camaraderie, because you're playing, you know, inferior opponents and some common opponents, you know, but you know that you're better than them, you know, but by nature. But still, though, when I look at our schedule, you know, I see two teams that, you know, equally superior with us, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. No, the Chiefs not on that schedule. I'm sorry. The Bills and the Eagles. You know, that's all I see. So to be real honest with me, I see you know, 3 losses, and I put that in the chat. I said a rest game and those 2 games. Other than that, because I see a lot of these predictors, they're predicting as if we're the same team.
True.
You know,
True.
With Cooks and with Stephon Gilmore with Mozzie in the middle and stuff like that. Like, come on, man, we're not the same team because we attacked and we went after our weak spots and we solidified them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they used to go 3rd and brown all the time. 3rd and brown, 3rd and brown. That's solidified. You know, they used to, you know, try to get us in the middle. That's solidified. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying we're going to be a much better team. We're going to see what our new offensive coordinator, Schottenmeier, and all of them do with us. But I see our defense taking another step up. You know, we're going to be hard to beat. You know?
At the end of the day, everybody got to play 18 weeks. So it's just what it is. And like I said, I'm ready I got circle on the calendar week 5, and that's against San Francisco. And then, of course, Chargers, they no one to sneeze at, but I'm still circling that I'm circling that on the calendar. And we'll be able to get things going. We'll be battle tested. So when we get to the playoffs, we'll be ready to go.
Exactly. So I'm thinking about, you know, I'm here in Philly. I'm thinking about sliding up to that opener up in the Meadowlands. The Giants. I was there about 5 years ago when we played the Jets. It was a hard loss. I drove home down the turnpike mad with my wife.
I feel you, bro. Good. Yeah, I feel you, though, bro. I thank you, man, so much for calling in, Chief.
You know, always one, man.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, Jay Worthy, man. All right, so I don't want you guys to think that we are worried at all. We just explaining the obvious. There's difference between explaining and complaining. And those are two different situations. When you explain something, it's not complaining about something, right? You know, so that's just what it is. So he said, don't sleep on the Jets law. Well, the Jets still got to prove it. And granted, yes, they got Aaron Rodgers. Yes, they got a good defense, but they still got to prove it. So that's what I said here. Technically, when you look at the schedule for the Cowboys, Giants, Jets, Arizona, New England, San Fran, Los Angeles. Those first 3 to 4 teams, maybe you can go all the way to the first 5 teams. Defense. They are known for their defense, right? And then the Jets went and got more and more weapons. Breece Hall should be back by that time frame. Y'all let me know if he's not. That's going to be a good situation. When you face a team that can run the ball good and on top of that play good defense, Quentin Williams and all of those boys sauce, shoot, it should be a good battle for us, right? But if you look at one end of the spectrum to the other, these are not the same schedules. You know, you would think that they would sprinkle in at least some difficult games for the Eagles on the front end. But they have it down the stretch after their bye. Well, right before their bye, they got Commanders, Cowboys, then a bye. Then you got Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys again. So, I mean, it's not a walk in the park for anyone, right? But I'm just saying the obvious. I'm pointing out the obvious there. All right, we got another caller here. Appreciate everybody for calling in. 469, what's on your mind?
What's going on, Cowboy Nation?
Not much, bro.
So, man, I'm thinking of schedule making. I thank them wholeheartedly for this schedule they gave us. I love it. I feel like Boss Cowboy right now. I love it. And here's the reason why. Nothing in this world comes easy. If it comes too easy, it ain't good for you. We're going to be battle tested. We're going to be ready. Like I said, Phil ain't going to see nobody real until week 9. We're going to be battle tested off the real. We all complain. The Cowboys play down to the bad competition, and they play up to the good competition. So with us having
to be fair, that's the old administration. That's the old administration now. The old administration. If we keep going.
No, that's true. That's very, very true. But another issue that the media like to put out about us is our toughness. But having all these tough games in the schedule is going to force us to do what? Show up and be ready.
True.
Therefore, the Cowboys going to go through their battles. They're going to go through. They're going to lick their wounds. They're going to go through it. And it's going to have us ready come playoff time. And that's what I'm most excited about. I love the way our schedule is. We're going to go down there week 1 and beat up on the Giants like we always do. And nobody worried about Daniel Jones or Wilder because he's going to get hurt anyway. They all excited about a tight end that's going to get hurt by week 2.
You know, I like that tight end. We hope all is well for him. But, yeah, you're right. But here's the thing, though. We're just talking about the setup. You know, they tried to get us. You know what I'm saying? They put rat poison in our food, but we gonna work around it. And then at the end of the day, we gonna be the ones that's shining bright, because this is what we do. They tried to count us out last year, and look what happened. You know, this is what it is.
Yep, and they love to hate. They love to hate. So that's what
Yeah.
If you ain't got haters, that means you ain't doing something right. People only hate on players and teams that do good. Don't nobody hate on the Browns. Who hating on the Browns?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No room to talk about them at all.
Exactly. So as Cowboy Nation, we used to it. Law, you put the numbers out there. We're always the most viewed. They love to watch us so they can talk about it. But I love our schedule, y'all, because we don't come out hungry. That's the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, them, man, they got their schedule. They start licking their lips going, let's get it, let's go. Because they see nothing for hungry meals. So they coming out for everybody's head. We got a big point to prove. Mike McCarthy, everybody think Mike McCarthy is going to mess this up. Mike McCarthy got a big chip on his shoulder. He got to show that he did right by having the Jones family let go of Kellen Moore.
You know what? Flying above the rest, you know what I'm going to say on this with Mike McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
This is his first year as the offense.
Facts.
This is first year. No.
Yep. Yes, sir. I couldn't agree more. This is first year because now he finally get his hands on this offense. He get to truly mold it to his liking.
Yeah.
That's what we bought it for.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
why we wanted, they think they were gone, and that's why we wanted a proven head coach. We got it, and now finally he gets his full rank to do what he does. I agree with you. This is first year really because he's the offensive-minded head coach.
Yep.
Kellen Moore been here as long as he was. Mike McCarthy just been the guy just to stand there in the front and take all the heat.
Yep.
Now he gets to put his hands in us. So now he ain't standing there just taking heat. He can critique some things, but no.
Yep.
This happened because of this. That happened
Yep.
because of
Oof.
that.
And you're right with it, man. I think this, before I let you go flying above the rest, I think that every man should be able to have their own. I mean, especially, have you ever, when you moved out of mom and pop's house and you got your own, you know what I'm saying? When it was time for you to do number two, you keep the door wide open, you know what I'm saying?
Open.
I mean, when it's time for you to roll out of the bed, and you open the refrigerator up, you know what I'm saying? You still got your whitey tighties on, you know what I'm saying? No shirt on, or you getting your birthday suit. Every man should be able to do that on his own, but he can't do it when he with mom and daddy house, man. Sure, you got your little cousin or a little somebody staying with you, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. At least now Mike McCarthy can walk around in his own,
and that's it. Therefore, if he fails, we can judge the man based off him and him alone. And
him alone. Yo.
He'll take that.
He'll take it,
Yeah.
Hey, flying above the rest, for those who still staying with mom and them or got roommates, they don't know what we talking about.
Man, hey, if they keep on living long enough,
they'll find out, man. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. One love.
No doubt, man. Yeah, one love, man. Shoot, when you on your own, shoot, even when mom and pops got everything laid out for you, food and all of the good stuff, bills paid for and everything, but ain't nothing like having your own, standing on your own too and having your own stuff, man. And then when you have the people that's under you, right? When you the head honcho and there's nobody really second and third guessing you and looking over your shoulder, man, that goes a long way, man. I'll never return. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that make you realize about that, is when those bills come in. You be like, God, dog, hey, I'll make sure I turn these lights off. But when you was with somebody else, under their roof, you had them lights on, water dripping and running. But when you get on your own, you start to preserve a lot of things, right? And you start have checks and balances and stuff like that. But shoot, James Arrington, say it again, Law, yeah. Ain't nothing like I encourage, if you're a man, just have your own for a second. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how big it is or how small your house is. Just have your own. Just for 1 year. You'll realize, man, shoot, when you free to do what you want to do, ain't nobody telling you, hey, cut that bed off and go to bed. Hey, you down there making all that noise. Hey, who in my refrigerator? You know? Ain't nothing like having your own. And Mike McCarthy accepted this job with someone always, man, when he roll out of the bed trying to get something to eat, some oodles and noodles, someone already in the kitchen, right? Talking. Someone already got the TV on, you know what I'm saying? But now he can roll out of his bed and get something out of the refrigerator on his own. As a man, boy, I'm telling you, I'm talking to somebody right now. For you to take something like this and put it on the table, to come back and it's not being moved, that's power right there. I mean, just to take something small like this and put it on the table, and knowing when you go to work and come back, it's still there. That's power, baby. Oh, man, shoot. Yes, indeed. Come on, man. Oh, my goodness, man. I know Chris 214 know about it. From the 469, what's on your mind?
What's going on, Law?
What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here, man. You all right? You got your own phone over there? Somebody taking it? Hello? Chris? I don't know what happened to Chris, man. We were speaking too much truth over there, man. All right, man. All right. Gina said, especially men. Yeah. Women, y'all on a whole nother level, man. Y'all, women different, man. Women, they can partner up, room up for years. You know what I'm saying? They can be in the shower together and nobody think nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can be in the restroom, going in and out. But guys, there's a certain set of rules, to this. You know what I'm saying? Women different, and I encourage my little ones when they get older for them to stay in the house together, get them own apartments and stuff like that, condos and what have you together, But a man, there's something about being a man and having your own, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about for those who've been down there before. I got from the 936, you in the mix. This Hitting Ray.
What's good, Law? What's good?
Hey, man, all is well, bro. All is well.
Already. Praise God. What's good,
all the
Cowboy
time.
Nation?
Nothing to it, bro.
But man, I'm gonna speak on this schedule, and
Talk to me,
the only
man.
thing I'm gonna do. I see the win on the Giants. I see an L on the Jets, cause I want to say a couple of years back we played the Jets. Remember we played the Jets and we lost.
Yeah, 2019 Garrett administration. Yeah.
We lost to the Jets, and the Cardinals. We lost to the Cardinals. So I'm gonna say this year we're gonna beat the Cardinals. They make 2-1. But on down, I'm gonna say the 49ers gonna give us a game.
Right.
Chargers, they ain't gonna do nothing. Rams, they ain't gonna do nothing.
So right now, we 5-1 right now with the loss to the Jets?
5-1, man.
Okay.
This is a good schedule if everybody really look at it. Because we can beat everybody on here, to tell you the truth.
Man, I might cuss again, man. We lose to them damn Jets. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. If it's anybody I want to beat, man, Aaron Rodgers been like he John Wick to us, man. He can't he killed his dog or something? I can't stand Aaron Rodgers, man.
I can't stand it, man. Like he got a voodoo curse on us.
Yeah, it's his face. He got a punchable face. You know what I'm saying? It's like no offense, man. I ain't trying to promote violence, man. But I just can't stand Aaron Rodgers, man.
I can't stand him either, man. I can't stand him, but yeah, the schedule was pretty good. The schedule was pretty nice to me. I really don't see no major games. Not even on the back end. I think we can beat Buffalo. I think we can beat the Dolphins. I think we beat the Lions. I think we can beat the Commanders. Might give us a little old match.
Right.
It's gonna be a close one. I think we can beat them too. But
Commanders,
the schedule really ain't just too heavy on the front or the back end.
It's spread it out. It's spread it out. I do like the fact that we do have like 3 home games in a row, but all 3 of them. Let me pull it up. Let me see which one is it. I do like that aspect of it. We got those 3 home games in a row, and Washington, Seattle, Philly. Yeah. So Commanders, Seahawks, Eagles. Yeah. After Commanders, Seahawks, Eagles. Yeah, those 3 games in a row at home. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a good season for them. It's gonna be battle tested for them. I know that. It ain't nothing easy in this world.
No doubt.
They got to come on with it. You know, everybody got to pull together and play as a team, and they'll win, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you here, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Right on.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. I like what Hen said, but I just don't like what he said about that week 2. Oh my gosh, man. Let me pull up the schedule again. If we were to lose before the bye, if I were to pick out a team, we had to lose 1 game before the bye. I don't want to lose before you go into the bye. I don't like that. I don't like losing and then you have to, wait all of that week. Maybe New England. That would be the only team that I would say I would, take a loss before the bye. Maybe New England because we jumped out 3-0 at that point. You hire your sauce. Maybe New England. I wouldn't. I can't deal with losing to any New York team. I can't stand with that. And maybe New England the only team. I want to beat the Arizona Cardinals. It's just personal with the Cards. Maybe somebody said the 49ers. I can hear my brother now, bang, bang, not a gang. I can hear him saying all that crap. I can't stand them. I want us to win, beat the 49ers by 2 points. All right. What happened to you, Chris 214? Man, what happened to you, man? All right. I got MJ, you're live from the 206. You in the mix.
What up, Law?
Nothing to it, man.
Brother?
None.
Law
None.
Nathan. I'm listening, but Law, it's a whole different year now.
Yeah.
We got the foundation now. We never had the foundation. Like I told you, without a foundation, your whole house fall down.
True.
And that's what's been happening to us in the playoffs. And now the foundation is set. Because you got to remember, Shopmar, he used to play the 49ers a lot. Y'all forgot about that. He played the 49ers more than the Cowboys played the 49ers. And they used to beat the 49ers. Y'all never thought about that, Cowboy Nation. And he didn't have a good offensive line. Now, the Cowboys got a good offensive line. It's going to be even better with that the offensive line coach used to play against the 49ers, too. See, that was what y'all...
Solari, yeah. Both of those guys.
Both of the boys play the 49ers every year. So they know how to play the 49ers, and they know what scheme to run against the 49ers. And with the more dangerous quarterback now, with Dak, because now he could go back to his dink and dunk and hit you over the top like Tom Brady used to do. That's what made Dak good in 2016. So you're going back to that, and you could tell he excited. Even our guard is excited what he saw. When you got the president excited, number 70, he's hyped.
Mm-hmm.
So when they put, and I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid like Boss Cowboy always say. We talking about with the line. Whoever they put at that guard, we going to be good.
Right.
You know 77, if you get hurt, that's why they going to play them boys all in preseason because they know 77 going to get hurt.
Right.
So they're going to have to back up for that.
Right.
And that's 73.
Yeah.
78 going to be a beast because he practices. So whoever win that guard position,
right,
they're going to be ready.
Right.
And they're going to beat the Jets. I'm not worried about them because y'all got to remember, 54 is going to give you 10 sacks this year.
Okay, yeah. You putting it on Sam slamming Williams to give you 10 sacks, double-digit sacks.
And against the Giants, they got the tight end. Now the Giants, they got your boy Robinson playing in the middle to help their defense, and then they got the corner from Maryland, and they were doing that for the Eagles.
Right.
They don't know how our offense goes. They better see a whole different offense. They've been hitting with screens, and now we got that speed. Man, the Cowboys finna do some damage, y'all. Y'all gotta be ready. And it's one game at a time. And they're gonna start off 5-0. They're gonna beat the Jets. And they're gonna sack Rodgers. The Jets' offensive line ain't that good. They're gonna sack Rodgers about 6 or 7 times. Watch what I tell you.
Okay.
And they're finna put it on 49. Like I say, we got the crypto. Your boy Shadamar and Sharari already know how to play them
Right.
Telling more video, King Raheem didn't know how to play him.
I mean, the first time the Cowboys, and I know it was the same actual coach there, right? So the philosophy on the offensive side was the same, and then the defense, they had Salah, at the time, I believe, Robert Salah. But Dak Prescott in 2016, they beat him. 2017, they beat the 49ers. And we can all look back at the principle on how they beat them was running the doggone ball, man. You got to run on the 49ers. And then in 2020, the Cowboys beat them. So they won 3 straight games on the 49ers. It just when the playoff time, you played into the hands of the 49ers of throwing the ball. Don't throw the ball. Run the ball on those boys.
And they was running on them, and they played that 6-man because they the one was thinking, hey, like, man, they killed them. They was scoring 30 points on them. We got to stop this pass. And they went in the zone defense after one game they watched, Law, the Denver Broncos game.
Yep.
So when everybody saw Denver played Dak Prescott, everybody started playing Dak Prescott that same way. And Video King Raheem didn't know what to do. He panicked.
He panicked, man. You're supposed to just run on that good quarters. Good quarters defense, though, and good pressure with the front four. Shout out to them for that. But we'll find out, man. I can't wait to week 5, man. Appreciate you for calling in, MJ.
Yes, sir. And hit them like for Law Nation. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. And next, she's our queen to be. From the 910 Queen Cowboys, you're live.
Hey, Cowboys Nation. Can you hear me?
Hey. We can hear you good over
Can y'all
here.
hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, good, because I'm near the front offices. But, honestly, I looked around. I done checked around the NFL. I'm going to say 15-2. But I really don't see nobody beating us but Pat Mahomes.
The Chiefs, okay, so we don't even play them this year until we get to the bowl,
don't.
if that's the case
To
in the
the big
scenario.
show.
If he make it. Yeah.
Right. That's the only quarterback in this NFL that I think that can do anything really against us. And so I see us. I'm only saying 15-2 because I have to try to be realistic. We might have a bad day, but other than that, I think we're going to do this thing this year, and this is the first time since I was a kid that I even had this type of idea in my head. And that's all I got to say. Y'all let them hang, Cowboy Nation, and how about them Cowboys?
How about them? That's Queen Cowboys. Normally she would say, let them hang to the window, to the wall, but she said she near the front office, so we don't want her to be roommating with anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Queen is the queen of her castle over there, and she don't want to, lose out on everything, but that's my girl right there. Dallas Cowboy hard hitter, he said we can match up with any team on the schedule, because we have some relentless dogs out there. Aggressive, yes, indeed. So I can't wait to see this all pop off and jump off. You already know, man. Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah. We got Mike from the 484. You're live.
What up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Man, hey, man, we doing good over here, man.
All right. First, I want to say something. Watched you, John, last week when you had Ashley on, and I think people are sleeping on JMC, Jalen Moreno Cropper. That kid has that it.
Yeah.
Out of all the dudes I've seen coming out of the draft, undrafted, whatever, like everybody was so high on Zay Flowers, Jalen Hyatt. This kid, Jalen Moreno Cropper, is a sleeper. Used correctly, he would be. He's Quez Watkins on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that right now. Now, when we're talking about the schedule that just came out,
right?
I see 2 games that bother me.
Okay.
Only 2.
Okay.
Buffalo and Buffalo.
Wait a minute. You said Buffalo and Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo and Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to Buffalo.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
December 17th.
Yeah, it's a cold game. Yeah.
We already know what that weather's hitting for. And then we got Detroit. Granted, Detroit is home. We're home. We're home for that game. But my issue with Detroit is they're getting better, man. They're consistently getting better, man. Like, they are an underrated team, and I don't understand why people aren't giving them the respect that they deserve.
Shoot, they are. They got the opener, week 1 against Kansas City. It could be an upset week 1 with that high-powered offense and beyond.
You saw what almost happened to the Eagles last year. They only beat them by 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a team that I think everybody should be worried about. It's like their defense pretty much sold them up a river last year. I think this year that defense is going to be immensely better. Now, I'm going to get on to our guys. I think this is going to be a 2016 season for Dak Prescott. And my number 2, number 3, and my question mark of a number 4 wide receiver ain't getting no respect. I don't understand why. You got Brandon Cooks as a number 2. That puts Michael Gallup at a number 3, right? But if Michael Gallup's at a number 3, who is he going up against?
Number 3s and number 4s. Yeah. Depending on. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw what he was doing to number 1s last season on a bum leg. You know what I'm saying? So if you're putting him up against 5'10" slot corners in the nickel, he's going to destroy him. Well,
to be fair, that's who Michael Gallup is accustomed to going up against. Your third options, and this year, hopefully he gets back out there on the field, and we can see some of those things push off of his legs or what have you, and burst in acceleration. He's not going to give a lot of separation, but he's a high point guy, high point the ball. He's a boundary guy. He can catch those balls on the sideline. So hopefully within the West Coast scheme, we'll see him on some drags, some underneath and some posts.
Yeah. Well, with the West Coast scheme, I expect to see more Hendershot, more Ferguson. And if we see a lot more of that, then that opens up your outside. And if that opens up your outside, then that means you can do pretty much anything you want. You can screen all day if you want. You can run the ball all day if you want.
No doubt.
Defense, I'm not worried about.
I'm
not worried about our defense. I think we have probably, at this point, like, I'd say we're the number 1 defense, even though the Eagles got Jalen Carter and that other kid. You know what I'm saying? Those guys they're good. They were good college players, right? It's not very often that translates into good NFL players.
It's gonna take a minute, man. Interior defensive guys normally take 3 years, and outside edge rusher guys normally you can probably see some growth in them year 1, year 2, but normally that's the flow chart of that. So the Eagles, as far as for what they do on the defensive side, respectfully, they were ranked 1 and 2 last season throughout primarily most of that year, right? So I don't see that much of a drop off. Now our Cowboys, although we talk glowingly of our defense, collectively we need to stop the run better, right? And hopefully we will see that out of a combination of Jonathan Hankins and Mozzie. So if we can move from the 12th ranked defense down to the top 5 defense, I'll be elated with all of this stuff that we did this offseason.
I'll be definitely satisfied. Be definitely satisfied. But let's not forget Osa Odigizua.
Yeah.
He bulked up a bit. He's already strong as an ox. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he's putting more meat on, like, I honestly don't think we're going to have that much of a problem in the run game this year.
True.
And then you got Overshown. overshown this kid. He's a missile. He's a missile, man. Like that guy, he can play the run, but I honestly don't see a lot of us being beat over the middle, messing with exactly that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a lot of us being beat over the middle, messing with a guy who's now a linebacker at 220, or I'm sorry, 240, and he was a safety. Like the kid's got ball skills. I'm eager to see it. But that's all I needed to say, Law. I want y'all to have a great day, man, and DC for L. You heard?
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Mike, man. Appreciate him, man, from the 484. All right, let's go. We got my guy, 9 Dime, and then Darius. Yes, indeed. So from the 9-10, you're in.
9 Dime.
No doubt.
What's up, brother?
Not much, bro.
First topic of the discussion. Are we turning Michael Parsons to Von Miller and just allowing Sam Williams to hold down that the right side, or make them interchangeable? I feel like if they grow together as pass rushers, we got 2 bookends for years to come.
Yeah.
Secondly, the most important thing for us this year is going to be depth.
True.
Injuries are going to occur, but the deepest team and the most healthiest teams have the most success in playoffs. So I'm really not mad with our tight end pick.
Right.
I am mad, but it provides depth. And if he just be solid, that can cover up a lot of holes. Players I'm excited about. I want to see Marquise Bell on the field.
Yep.
I'm really intrigued by Isaiah Land. I went to North Carolina A&T, HBCU as well. But he was a monster these past couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And Deuce Vaughn, I feel like we found a potential Darren Sproles. It's a lot of potential. You can't question this man's work ethic, his character. But what he does, we can't even compare what he does to what we got or what we had. And fourthly, with the Zeke situation, I would like Zeke back, but I want Zeke to come back around week 9, week 10. I want him fresh and meaningful. So as defenders get tired, a fresher Zeke to me will be a problem to opposing defenses. And with our left guard situation, what's up with Jason Peters? Is he coming back?
Man, he 41, man.
I know he's 41, so I'll put him on the same Zeke train as well.
Yeah.
But also I was thinking, after training camp, or when training camp comes, it's going to be a lot of veterans hitting that chopping block. And the money that we have saved, we can use that on a veteran instead of depending on the unknown with the left guard situation. I prefer a solid veteran and keep that continuity on the offensive line. Somebody can give them pointers.
No doubt.
And another thing, backup quarterback. I prefer Cooper Rush is okay, but I prefer we go get during training camp a veteran who can help Dak and also help our opposing defenses. Give them some nuances on other quarterbacks or other coordinators, how they're playing, and also help our offense. Not more or less like taking Dak's spot, but Dak needs like extra eyes and vision. Cooper Rush, he's cool, but I'd rather have a veteran who's seen it more complicated defenses and around more coordinators that he understands the game. But I feel like we're going to have a good season. It's all depending on the health of our offensive line and our defensive line. And I'm impressed what we're doing with the linebacker core. We're going speed. I know we highlight their flaws or whatever, but we are much younger, much faster, and much versatile than years before. But that's my time, 9 Dime.
9 Dime for your mind, man. Good call from him, man. Yeah, I don't think that on the open market Zeke will be out there available for 9 until like week 9. I think that there will be a team, and then his price is going down every day. His price is going down just like this every day. And there will be the unforeseeable injuries that happen, and teams will say, hey, have you considered bringing this guy back, right? He had 12 touchdowns and, close to 800 yards. There were only, he was right behind even the guy, Joe Mixon, as far as yardage. So there will be a team that will take a look at that and say, hey, let's bring a veteran guy in, right? And we've seen that happen before with veterans. And I'm not saying that Zeke is like the Alfred Morrises of the world, but we've seen guys like Alfred Morris get a call. So that can flat out happen. Should the Cowboys make that call? Nah. It could be a situation, right? But hear me out. But they want to first evaluate to see what they got out of these guys right now. So after they go through training camp, mini camp, and what have you, they'll pick up their phone and say, hey, Zeke, we got a cup of coffee for you. Come on in. And that flat out could happen within the next month or so. All right, I got from the 214, Darius, you're live.
Hello, what's happening? Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Talk to me.
So first of all, I just want to say, man, I love when the roster is stacked the way that it is, because that way we'll be battle tested. And I'm gonna be honest with you, my expectations for a roster like we have right now, I expect nothing less than the NFC Championship. Am I off kilter when I say that, Law?
Well, at this point, you're not off kiltering with that. We want to make a deep run in the playoff. Every year, we should get better than what we were the previous year. And so far, Mike McCarthy been doing that. Every year, we done got better every year. So, yeah, I can see that.
And so, and we can go ahead and we can go ahead and play the 49ers. So we already see how they coming. We can already see. And then too, when our roster is stacked, not a roster, but when our schedule is stacked the way that it is, you can see how you stack up against elite talent, elite rosters, and that'll be like a really good telltale sign to see where we are. Instead of being delusional as to where our team is, we can already see out the gate how good are we actually.
Well, I can tell you what. Looking at this schedule, for sure that those teams are definitely not saying, oh man, we got a nice little schedule with the Cowboys. From a Cowboys perspective, we may look at it and say, yeah, man, we got to play the Niners, but New York is looking at it like, damn, we got the Cowboys day one, right? And then next week, the Jets are looking at it like, damn, we got the Cowboys. The Arizona, September the 25th, is like, damn, we got the Cowboys. Ain't nobody looking at the Cowboys saying, all right, man, hey, man, this is a walk in the park. Man, all of those teams are looking at it like, man, they got to deal with Parsons. And at the end of the day, Dak Prescott within the confines of our division, 27-7, right? Or 28-7, whatever that number is. There's no one, like the Commanders not looking at it, the Eagles and the Giants not looking at it like, oh man, we just got Dak Prescott, we're going to beat him up. No, they're going to try to bring their A game. They're going to try to stop CD Lamb. They're going to try to stop the running game or whatever we bring to the table. So that's just the reality of it. But that's not what the 4-letter, 3-letter network will say, though, by the way.
Yeah, and so that's my whole thing, man. We can already get this shit out the gate. We don't have to have like a cupcake schedule, and then when we got to play actual talent in the playoffs, we get spanked up. Now we finna get this shit out the way right now. Let's see how we coming. Let's see how good we actually are, and let's get to it. And for me, for this roster is one of the better rosters that I've seen, in the last, I want to say 5 years or so. Mm-hmm. And I expect from my team nothing less than the NFC Championship. If we don't make it to the NFC Championship this season, it fell short, and that's just my expectations because of this roster and the coaching. Mike McCarthy, this your last year. I need to see something. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about it, man. Law, I love you. Keep up the grind, and I'm out.
Appreciate you, Darius. Thank you for calling in. All right, and to be fair to Darius' expectations, according to most, believe it or not, they are too low. Nothing he said was different since 1995 and 96. Nothing he said. The expectations every single year, Super Bowl or bust. Let me know if I'm lying. We were 5-11, 5-11. The expectations, Cowboys, they got the roster. Their defense is number one. We had Quincy Carter. People still had the expectations of us winning the Super Bowl. So technically, Darius' expectations are low. We look, can y'all contextualize this? We had the expectations of winning the Super Bowl or Super Bowls with Jason Garrett. He can't find a job in the National Football League right about now, right? So let that sink in. So technically, Darius' expectations are low. I got my guy Roster X from the 757. You're live, Roster.
Brother Law.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Would you consider Mike McCarthy an old school coach?
He's the era right after. You know, Mike Holmgren was the old school coach, right? Bill Belichick, old school coach. Bill Parcells, old school coach. One can argue that even the guy in Seattle land, I forgot his name, Pete Carroll, you know, old school coach with some newish ways. So he's the age right after that. And then right after him are your Sean McVays, your what's the guy that's Shanahan's and those boys, right? So Mike McCarthy is in between Sean McVay and Bill Belichick, if I can do any old school, new school stuff. Yeah.
I got you. So with the emphasis being on the run, well, I mean, I would feel like it's as far as like situational at least. I'm wondering is the old school running style fit what we built? Because it just don't seem like it's gonna be a lot of fatigue exerted on our opponent unless they run like chasing, not taking hits. You know, I'm just wondering what you see. That's gonna the way that we're built, how it's gonna compensate. I mean, outside of going to get a bruiser kind of back. You know what I'm saying?
I follow you. I think the new philosophy would work. I don't think that the old way of one running back and letting him be the bruiser and then having to spell back in works. I think that the way how the NFL advanced such a quickly paced, running backs are devalued. So I think that if you roll out there and say, okay, we're going to use 3 running backs, and it's already going to be game plan for us to do such, and we're going to hit them with Tony Pollard, hit them with Deuce Vaughn, hit them with Rojo, I think that will be the philosophy. Even if you bring back Zeke, you have to sit down and say, okay, Tony will be the guy that we start the game off with. Zeke will be the in-between guy. And then, of course, the closer will probably be some variations of Deuce Vaughn and Tony Pollard mixed in with Zeke, right? Zeke will be your goal line guy, and then, you know, he'll keep up with what the NFL is doing nowadays, and that's what they're doing, basically.
Right. So what I was really thinking was how different it is. I guess it's just my expectation, having Zeke so long and just being able to, you know, fold chest in the front. I don't see how. I'm just real interested to see how this. He said it's going to be a 30% change in the offensive team.
Yeah, they said 30 to 35. 30 to 35.
And he also might have just been talking about like the furthers, but I'm just. It feels like if if Mike McCarthy was expressed the old school a little bit more, or if he was able to run the offense at all or have any kind of say last season, I feel like it would have been a real cool mix if McCarthy and Kellen Moore would have been able to vibe. Like, it wouldn't be just,
I mean, and the thing is, and I get what you're saying. The thing is they wasn't equally yoked. They had two different philosophies. They had two different principles. So there was no shortcut to it. There was no rhythm to it. So there was a language barrier too, because Mike McCarthy, even when he wanted to help, he said, "Well, I don't know it." And dog, you've been there for 3 years now. You should know it, but it's not his. So when I look at, like, with me and my brother, when we playing spades, I think for sure I know exactly what he got in his hand just by body language, right? If we cheating straight off the jump, you know what I'm saying? Boy, we OJ in the day, so I already know he got, some spades in the hand. You know what I'm saying? And then when he started saying, man, 50 Cent going hard, you know what I'm saying? I already know he got some clubs, you know what I'm saying? But to the person that's on the other side of the table, you know what I'm saying? They won't even know our way of just already knowing how when I do this three knocks, you know what I'm saying? That he already know when I knock 3 times, them diamonds, you know what I'm saying? So there are things
like that.
It's like that, dog. We were beating the hell out of some people. Man, we were beating some people so bad, man. They'll pull out knives and guns at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? We was at Palisade, we were beating. Come on, let's go. And then he already know we leading out with diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, man, that 50 Cent album go hard. He already know. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw that in. But see, Mike McCarthy never had that with Kellen Moore.
Right. They tell you don't meet your heroes, man. I never would have thought you was clapping across the table, man.
Oh yeah, man. Sure, boy. Me and my twin.
I'm gonna need them books, man. I'm gonna need 3 books, man.
Hey, you can't prove it. It's even worse.
I'm just trying to see. I can see it. We got size. We got a couple maulers. And I just hope that the philosophy and the scheme is going to be able to break
right.
Smaller, faster backs free, man, because that's going to look so good, man.
So, yeah.
That's all I got, man. Let me carry my back to work.
All right, Ross, we appreciate you, bro. Don't talk across the board, man. Shoot. Nah, dog. We on such a page. We on such a same page that, shoot, if I put 3 cards to the left, he already know 3 cards to the left, that's Spades, right? Look, we don't even have to talk. You know what I'm saying? If I put a card on and stick it on my forehead, he already know what I got. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, man. Shoot. And sometimes, boy, we would use the inverse. I can say it now because we ain't finna beat none of y'all up on some spade tables over here. We'll do the inverse. So I'm saying, man, boy, that OJ, we OJing tonight, baby. You know what I'm saying? You might think we couldn't, but we got a number of hearts. You know what I'm saying? We cutting the heart out. You see what I'm saying? So you might think we have spades, and boy, I'm thinking about hearts. You know what I'm saying? So it's ways, baby. When you're on the same page, man, when you come from the same tree, cut from the same cloth, man, you can do some things together. And then you can recall. Mike McCarthy couldn't recall with Kellen Moore. He couldn't say, hey, man, run that 2015 play. Or man, you remember that play that helped us in 2014? And truth be told, Eric Bieniemy, I think, I see some Washington Commander fans in the house. He might have those Commanders rolling on offense, right? And that's one thing that we would say, that dog, Commanders for a long time always had good defense, but now they finna sprinkle some offense. And before you think Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, And that tight end over there gonna fall off. Shoot. In the running game, shoot. Every enemy, you gonna have to bring something to the table. But his philosophies and scheme, that dude don't go to sleep. He said every enemy. I was watching a documentary on one of the plays that came up with his design to call in the Super Bowl. He was like, I pulled this clip from 1972. You know what I'm saying? I said, God dang, you got somebody in their bag like that. So we're gonna have to be mindful of them. You know, for those who say, hey man, why you looking at the Washington team lightly? Nah. But at the same time, they need to be looking at us the same way. Like, shoot, you can't take them Cowboys lightly. All right, from the 727, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Lord? Mr. Amos here from Florida.
Mr. Amos, man, appreciate you, man.
You know what? I'm coming on board with a conspiracy theory.
All right, what's that?
Oh my goodness, they're looking at Mike, the reason why Kelly left. But I think that Jones might have put old Dan to the side and said, Dan, look here, what you think about Kelly? And oh my goodness, Dan told him what he thought about Kelly.
Yeah.
Probably let exploded and things like that. But wait a minute, Dan. We know you're looking for another job and stuff like that. But what if, we shove Kevin to the side, and give you a little money? You think about staying? Yeah, I can stay. Mm-hmm. I can stay. So they probably thought, that what you say, that he got shanked by the butt with the butter knife.
Yeah, don't shave it with the butter knife. Yeah.
But, McCarthy might say, hey, man, they love Dan, and everything. It ain't me, lied to him, Kelly, it ain't me, but, Dan, talking about you, man. And you know how the Jones feel about Dan, man, but they wouldn't let you go out the door, man, but, hey, man, but, they love Dan, and Dan doing wonderful things, and everything, but, that's how it is. Because who they listen to throughout the draft? Dan.
Yeah, Dan Quinn got an ear to it.
Oh yeah.
But what was leaked out? What was leaked out year before last or last year? Stephen Jones, and I'm gonna have to find the clip. He said that he had his eyes on Dan Quinn before Mike McCarthy. But see what happened? They kept.
You better leave that.
They kept the I think the damn Atlanta Falcons kept him for another year. And he got fired mid-season, you know what I'm saying? But he said he had his eyes on Dan Quinn before Mike McCarthy, believe it or not.
Oh, I believe that, because if you got Steven here, oh boy, you got him. Because the rest of that stuff don't count, because I think that Dan has more of Steven here than everybody else does. But it's good to see Mike McCarthy got his own plan going, because I'm an old school dude. I remember the West Coast office very well.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a tight end, because you're a head coach and everything. Coaches got so many times to see a tight end whiff on the block.
Yeah.
Before you get yourself replaced. Coaches got told so many times to see a running back run for 2 yards and point to his head that he won't out of the game.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna watch that too many times. And the man knows talent. Knows how to coach talent. That has been our problem for years. We had good teams, but we didn't have people that know how to deal with the talent, because we got a chef. Now, we had cooks in the kitchen for a long time.
Right.
With good ingredients.
Good.
And, you got a cook don't know nothing, about truffles and ingredients and stuff like that. Cook just slaps the stuff together, hope it tastes good.
Yeah.
A chef, oh boy, a chef can whip it together, make it taste good and stuff like that. Remember the old recipe what Grandma used to do?
Yeah.
This, here, that, and everything like that. That's what we got in Mike McCarthy. We got someone that's going to go out there, cook up the food, spice it up, in his own notebook and everything, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. Because we actually got someone that knows talent, knows a good team when he see one, because he already had one from the beginning. I'm not a Mike McCarthy fan. We went to Green Bay because I hated him with that dance catch thing. I hated him.
Yeah.
But I give him props and respect as a coach that coached his team up and got to the Super Bowl and won. So that's all I got for you, Law.
Oh, no doubt, man.
Take
Mr.
care, man.
Amos, appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, Chief, from the 727. All right, so he was the absolute last caller there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in that didn't get a chance to put the plane emojis on anyone. So, yeah, everybody jumped in and jumped out. I appreciate them all together. Cowboy Nation, here's the thoughts of it. You know, when we start thinking about this particular team, shout out to everybody. Happy Friday to you all. When we start talking about this team in general, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And when we start looking at the schedule, it don't matter who we play and when we play them, we just got to play. And regardless of the schedule, we can't use that as hey, Law, you know, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. No. Play your schedule. Play the way you need to play. Win the game. That's just the bottom line, Cowboy Nation. So I appreciate everybody on your busy Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. As we depart, there will be some more and more clips out today. They have their little camp today with the rookies, and I can't wait to see who send from there and what all happened in a good way from here at Cowboy Nation. And I can't wait to go over those things with you guys. Cowboy Nation, hear me out with this when we say this. Cowboy Nation. Everybody got to know that you don't win the Super Bowl week 1, week 2. But for dog sure, you do gain momentum week 1 and week 2. And if the Cowboys can learn from that and gain momentum and head into this 2023 season with a purpose, then everything will fall right into place. We can't do these things right here. Spill over what happened last year from a negative connotation to this year, whether it's interception, whether it's, we had almost damn near close to getting the interception ourselves and the ball go through our phalanges. No, we can't have that. We can't have that here for the 2023 season. So we're going to have to stand tall, and we're going to have to do our thing too. But as we depart, Cowboy Nation, I'm trying to look for my music, man. I'm thinking. Here go my music. Let me go right here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, let me put it up top. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Yeah. Let me put it. Bear with me. I got to build this house up over here. Boom. Put it way up there. All right. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Thank you so much for your support. Says, Law, I received my gift from Power Hands yesterday. Woo!
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Yes, indeed. I thank you so much.
Give me my theme music.
Thank you so much, Sadiq. And why she was able to receive said gift? Because she participated. She had to put no coins down on the line. She just participated. And if you guys are rolling with me, rocking with me when we have these special things, y'all participate. Put your feet in. Jump on in. I got some unbelievable things that's about to happen. And I really appreciate you guys. Not by chance. This is me doing it by myself. No. For me to know I got 100,000 people behind me and many more that's ghost watching, right? Y'all hit that subscribe button. It's not by chance. I thank you guys for being with me. I said this before and I'll say it again, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is counseling session for me. We all going through some things. We all going through something. And by talking to my family, help ease my mind. We got a lot of things that goes on in this life. Appreciate you, Pose. Law, I ordered my hoodie. I can't wait for it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What I've learned through the course of doing these YouTube things and content creations on Facebook and beyond, people will have their advice. People will have their opinions. People will try to put you in a box. I had someone, I go back way in the beginning. People say, I can't stand this dude. He don't know what he's talking about. But then I go back. God had blessed me with a photographic memory. I see that same person to say, I love this guy. He's speaking to the heart. Oh my goodness, I can feel the passion from Law Nation. Oh, I can sympathize with Law Nation. Even the Giants fans, the Washington fans, the Eagles fans. Oh my goodness, man. I got a Vikings guy that can say, hey man, without you, I would have never started my YouTube page. I would have never thought about doing this, man. But you made it possible for me. And I love it, baby. I flat out do. Oh my goodness, man. Somebody said, man, Lord, the day that you don't go live, man, it throws my whole day off. I need the motivation, man. I need something with substance. Somebody that's real. Somebody that's going to give us a chance to identify the struggles and the real issues with this team, but with a positive twist. And I say this all the time, man. If you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, yes, you can get up. And I say this all the time too. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, my goodness, man, I had my guy Okoye, we jumped on a podcast. He did one independently. And he said something that went straight to the heart. He said, Law, man, I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for you, bro. My goodness, man. You motivated me to jump out here in these YouTube streets. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. That's my dog right there, you know. Elevations for all come from small beginnings. The man of 1,000 miles from steps began with one step. One step. My goodness, don't y'all know? Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Purposes. There's people right now that's watching that are Koye. Shout out to my dog. Their favorite YouTube creator. Can you imagine if I didn't follow my dream, if I didn't follow my heart, if I didn't follow my passion, there would be no Koye media. You know, and I'm not speaking that God wouldn't have worked out something otherwise, right? But there are ways that we are roll that music back one more time. I ain't ready to go yet. Come on, roll that back. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit, man. I want to get this up out of there. Yeah. Fast forward right here. Yeah. Turn it up a little bit more. Yeah. Talking to myself in third person. Chris 214, you will forever be the motivation for me. Great energy, baby. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. Look, there's somebody right now in a position, in a spot, that they're better and greater than the spot they are in. But the reason why they are there, don't shortchange yourself, is to get something out of it. Woo! When I was a security guard, I believe it not, got something out of it. I understood patience and time, right? I understood that, hey, I traded my time for the remuneration, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, when I was in a call center, baby, if I didn't work at a call center, I would have never been able to talk on the phones. I would have never been able to understand the true value of my voice. Everything happened for a reason. Boy, when I first graduated from Jackson State, yes, was blessed with an unbelievable job. But what it also, within the confines of that, is I learned that the opportunity, although it's a blessing, it only lasts for a few. Right? Lost the job. had too much pride to take another job that was less than the job that I had. Woo! But I'm speaking to somebody right now, they're in a situation whereas they looking at it like, hey, I'm smart, I'm beyond my beliefs, I got the education, why am I here? Well, there's something that you need to learn from that spot that's going to carry over to what you're doing later on down the line. And that's what takes time. That what takes time. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the mighty, to he that endureth to the end. And those who understand it, what I said a couple weeks ago, yea, do I walk through the valley. It don't say, yea, do I stop there in the valley. You going through it. Old folks had it right. Either you going through the storm or you coming out of the storm. Write that one down, Cowboy Nation. But that's been my time. I'm gonna quit giving y'all all of the rubies and the secrets out here. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Damn.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, baby. Give me my theme music, baby. Get on up out of here. Come on. Here I go. Here I go, baby. All right, we about roll those credits. Somebody said, pass the collection plate. Yeah, shout out to you, Gina. Shout out to you, Matt Batten. Come on.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it.
Just run it up one more time, baby. One more time for your mind.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on, Tanner McKay, baby. I see you, Scorpion. He the ops now, though. He the ops. Let's go. Dallas Sports, 19 of 77. Appreciate you. Got a super chat from Pose. Law, you even helped Mike Fisher get the ball rolling, didn't you? Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy Mike Fisher.
Still the same, not switching sides. Now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's
come on
to me.
Hey,
I mix Nike with designer. I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf.
You said haters lean forward just a little bit.
But baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't
Yo.
trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
I'm your favorite content creator. Come on. Hey ho.
Deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on. Appreciate everybody with the support. Y'all see Emmett in the background. Come on. Hey.
I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome.
Hey.
Too many foes and clothes.
Come on. The craziest thing of it all.
I be in zones alone. I be on road alone.
It just hit me. It just hit me. It just hit me. It just hit me. You may be going through something and you think that you're the only one, but guess what? There are thousands of other people going through the exact same thing. Woo. Lately, I just want to run it up. Come on. I try to leave out with all type of motivations at the end. You know how it goes, man. Yes, indeed. But let's slow it down for the people on a Friday. Come on. Come on. Put some hearts in the chat for me, baby. Yep. If I offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. especially on the other episode, the he, she, they, them, and their, and those people, man, I appreciate them. And you. What we tell them, baby? Hit you all alone. Shout out to you, Sadiq, again. Robert, appreciate you. Hit you. What we tell them, baby? I follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do. Just for you, man. Just for you. I got you. Oh, what's going on?
The answer, I talk stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
You stupid.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna clap the head
one more time, baby.
The hard fight they did.
Let's go, Birds fly, Eagles fly. Still Super Bowl champs for now.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really
Shame
tough
what
and
they
they're
did
really
to that,
rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going
Get your damn act together. Don't like your attitude. Something wrong here.
If you're watching and you have not hit that like button, nor shared this content, nor tagged someone,
Shame. Shame. Shame.
but if you did, shout out, kudos and credence to you. Until next time, Cowboy Nation, DC for life, not for short.